When I was a kid growing up in Southern California, I had my life mapped out. I knew what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, and how I was going to get there. But what no one tells you is how mysteriously and differently life can actually turn out. So now, in my mid-40s, I'm divorced. I have 2 kids that are almost out of the house, and I'm on my 2nd career. Maybe, like me, you are looking for the best new place to hang out with friends. Maybe you're looking for financial advice. So am I. But I have a secret for you. LA is one of the best places to reinvent yourself. From the beach to downtown in the mountains and everything in between. Parenting advice? You can come to me. Dating advice? I'm doing a lot of that in this city. So join me. I'm Marissa as we traverse this incredible city and intentionally rediscover and create Life 2.0. Right? Woo! Oh, Eric! Woo! We are here.
We're here.
We are here. I do. Wouldn't you like your life to be a Whitney Houston song? Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
Which one?
Well, yeah.
She has so many.
She does have so many. She's given us so much love. Okay, welcome to Life 2.0 TV. We are live. What? Oh, right. I was going to that camera. See, I still don't know all the right cameras. Welcome to Life 2.0 TV Live. We are live this morning. It is Tuesday. It is actually a beautiful morning here in Los Angeles.
So nice.
It's so nice because we have been pummeled by the rain over the last week plus, off and on. I heard on the way in that we're supposed to get another half an inch today, but
come on,
I know, right?
Really?
Yes, but the skies are blue. So, okay, so I've got Eric Bigger in the studio with me today. Woo!
Life 2.0 TV.
Oh, Eric, welcome. We have such a fun show today. I have to tell you, after you spend some time with me, I'm going to be I'm doing a wellness event next Tuesday, 1 week from today, at the Griffin Club. It's part of SoCal Wellness, and Needed is one of their main sponsors, and I'm going to be joined by Tracy Fredkin, who's the founder of SoCal Wellness, and Julie Sawaya, who's the co-founder and co-CEO of Needed. So we have a huge show today. I'm super excited, and I'm so glad you're here to start.
Yeah, well, thank you for the invite.
I manifested this.
Yeah, you did say I will be on the show today at 9 a.m. So here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So we met actually, did we meet on Valentine's Day when you were here for that? No, you were here for another show. There was something else you were in the studio for and we met.
Maybe in October, December of last year.
Yeah, really? It's been a few months already? That's crazy.
On the Thursday before Valentine's Day.
That's right.
No, but I think I saw you prior to that.
Prior to that?
You were in here, but I don't think we spoke.
I do hang out in here sometimes, at the studio when I'm working. So we met, and then this past Saturday night, I was at Tim's Story Live, downtown LA. Great event. There you can see it. We're showing it right now. And you were there as a guest, and it was really fun. We got to hear Coach Burt speak, and we heard Katana Natasha and Trisha Love Vargas, and Albert Preciado and all these
Clinton
amazing.
Sparks.
Yeah, Clinton Sparks, who was amazing. Oh my God, he was so
Yeah,
great.
he
The
was.
mic drop with, and then of course Tim Story.
Tim Story.
And it was really a fun event and really inspiring. And then backstage after the event, I
Yeah.
said to you, I got to interview, short, brief little interview, and I said, guess what, you're coming on my show on Tuesday.
Yeah. And we're here.
Yeah, and you were like,
Manifestation.
no, I'm not. I have an appointment scheduled.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know, I'm going to manifest that you're going to be on my show. And look.
Manifesting generator.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, so let's go right into that, shall
Okay,
we? Okay,
why
so
not?
you said to me, we were actually talking dating.
Dating.
We were talking dating, and what? Yeah, oh yeah, it's on the monitor. There we are.
Yeah,
We're hanging out.
yeah.
We're talking. You were showing me the books that you bought, right?
Right.
We need to talk about your book. But we were discussing dating, and you said to me, you said, you need to find out what your human design is. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, no clue.
Right.
Because like on the apps, people always put like INT or EF, whatever all those things are. I don't do that either. Like that's, or they're like, what's your sign or what's your rising moon? I'm like, I don't know. I'm a Cancer, I can tell you that. And I am like a Cancer to a T. But all the other stuff, I don't know. But you said you got to find out. So you said that. Natasha sent me the link. I went home and I did it. And my type is manifesting generator. What does that mean, Eric?
So let's just break down them by themselves.
Okay.
A manifestor, their archetype in the energy space is to initiate.
Okay.
Right? So they have to get it done. So you might have the idea to do something, but it's up to you to initiate.
Okay.
The generator, which I'm just a generator by itself.
Okay.
I have to wait to respond.
Okay.
So we create energy. People depend on our energy
to get things done.
To get things done. So you're kind of manifesting and generating for people.
Got it.
Right?
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, so what happens with manifestor generators, they kind of get pulled in a lot of directions, or they're doing multiple things.
Yeah.
And from people I know, they even have a challenge with boundaries, learning how to say no. Not feeling like they're doing enough, or they're not getting to the things they need to. So you just got to find a balance in it. Yeah. So you have the power of manifesting, just like you manifested me here today. And then you have the power of generating the things you manifest.
That's kind of
right, like this
awesome.
show, Life 2.0 TV.
No, and that's actually exactly like I went to Andy, my producer. I don't know.
Shouts out to Andy.
Shout out
Andy,
to
where
Andy.
are you? We love you.
And to Natasha, to both of my producers.
Yeah.
And I went to Andy like I don't even know now, like maybe 8-10 months ago, and I was like, Andy, I'm doing all of this ridiculous dating in LA, and there's a show in it. And because like people need to hear the stories of the experiences that I'm having just because it's pure entertainment, right?
Yeah.
And then as we started talking more about it, it was like, this is more than just a dating show. This is like, what's my journey right now post-divorce with kids that are leaving the house soon, me on like 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 100th career, like trying to figure out.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
we can't kind of breeze past that.
Yeah, what do you wanna talk about?
Congratulations on showing up in that space.
Oh, thank you.
How is that, and how do you move through that space?
I love these questions. Do you want to be my co-host?
No, I'm just saying because it's like I think women don't get enough acknowledgement. I was talking to a client about what is it, female failure syndrome?
What is that? I've never.
Meaning that women get the responsibility to do all these things because they're a mom, they're a business owner, or whatever, and then they feel like they got to do everything.
Yeah.
And then they feel like a failure if it's not enough.
Up.
They're not showing up.
Yeah.
There's also something that's called mom rage, right?
Yeah. Oh, that I definitely have heard. Yes.
Yeah. So I just think, as a man, for me having women clients and understanding women more, I think light should be shined on the parts that are not so easy, but yet you still do it because you feel like you have to, or there's a must.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes good to like, how did you get through that as a manifesting generator? And
it took a lot of practice and time.
Got it.
Right, and also like acceptance of like what I could and couldn't do, and it took me a while to get there and understand that. And I think that there were a lot of years when my girls were younger where, look, I was fortunate. I was able to stay home and be a full-time and very present mom in the early years. And when I went back to work, it was because I was choosing to do that.
Yeah.
And so I recognized that I was very fortunate to be in that position. And I think it would be different if if the circumstances were different. But even having that being my experience, I still didn't feel like I was showing up enough as a mom or in my business many times throughout that experience. And in the early years, I definitely, in my mind, prioritized my kids. And it's only been truly since my older daughter turned 16 a year and a half ago. She's 17 and a half.
Yeah.
And when she got her license, and both of my girls are very social and very independent.
Yeah.
But when she got her license and she was really able, I mean, they've been, you know, I'm also the kind of parent that I was like, they were packing their own lunches in middle school. If they left their lunch at home, I didn't bring it to them. Like, I was not a crazy overprotective parent. And from a very young age, I taught them if they have an issue with their teachers, they have to go deal with it. And if they couldn't after time, and you know, then I would get involved. And so because of that, it enabled me to do things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I think that for any person, and I think this is true for men and women, not just women who are moms, that if you have multiple areas of your life that you are trying to show up in, there is always a tug of war of where you are where you are the most present in that moment.
Yeah.
And I think, so one of the things that I've learned over time is to be present in whatever moment I'm in. And
I think you should say that again for the people listening. Like, that's in all of life.
Yeah, to be present in whatever moment I'm in.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm with my children, I am with my children. My phone is down, my computer is away. And for years, people have said to me, you are so hard to get a hold of. When I text you, you don't text back. Yeah, that is true. I totally own that. And I've lost friends over it. But the reality is because since I had children, when I had babies, I was not, like, if I was breastfeeding, I was not on my phone. I was with my kid, you know, like, whereas a lot of parents, a lot of moms, when they're doing things like, even when they're sitting next to their kids, they're scrolling, or they're, whether it's scrolling on social media or answering emails because of work. And I get it, we're all really busy, right? But I made that choice. I made that choice that wherever I was gonna be, I was gonna show up. And like, for example, this morning, on the way here, my 17-year-old texted me and said, I need you to send my school an email because she has to leave and she needs permission to get off campus. And I said, okay, but you didn't ask me to do this last night. I'm going in, I'm filming. I will do it when I'm done filming at noon. Right? And so she said, well, I don't know if that's gonna, right? And she said, I don't know if that's gonna be soon enough. And I said, well, that's the consequence.
Well, thank you, because you just helped me.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's real accountability.
Yeah.
Because when you love someone and you care about them, you want to cross their T's and dot their I's, but you're telling them, no.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about this crossing T and dotting I last night. So guess what? You got to wait. Yeah. And if it doesn't happen, that's on you. That's on you. Yeah. And I'm a really firm believer in teaching that lesson to our children, because so in my other life, I do, you know, mental health coaching for tweens and teens. And I work with a lot of 12 to 22-year-olds that literally don't understand how their actions have very organic consequences. And I work with them and literally walk them through the steps of the choices they make and the multiple different outcomes. And whether I'm working with someone who's in high school or in college, there's almost like a disconnect for thinking through like that natural process of what could or will happen. And it's something that we've lost, I think, a lot, because I think parents, have you heard of this term, snowplow parenting? No, I haven't.
So so it used to be helicopter parenting, and now it's snowplow parenting, where parents literally are just clearing the way for their kids to have a great, perfect life, right? Like getting all the obstacles out of their way. So they're not just like hovering and like making sure things are okay. They're actually doing for them now, right?
And that's been my life for my family.
Yeah. And
I've always been doing.
Okay. So you've got to step back. You've got to, you can, so what I say to parents all the time is you can scaffold. Yeah. Which means you can give suggestions, you can have conversations, you can help on the outskirts, but don't do. Let them figure out, you know, like have those conversations with your siblings and your parents and your nieces and your nephews and talk them through, because that's also where the emotional intelligence comes in, right? Teaching them to think through different situations for themselves.
Because you program and condition people to depend on you in those moments when
100%.
you're always doing for them. And
100%.
I realize.
Yeah, and you're doing it subconsciously. Like you're doing it to, you know, like with parents, they're subconsciously, and really the message that they're giving their children is that you're not able to do this on your own, because I'm having to do it for you.
Good.
So it's so counterintuitive, because I'll say to parents, pull back and don't do for them, right? And the parents will say to me, but then I'm not doing for them, I'm not helping them. I'm like, yes, but you're teaching them they can do it themselves.
It's not about helping, it's about teaching.
Yeah.
And the only way you can teach it is if you pull back and you allow them to figure out what it is they need to.
Yes, and you can still be a supportive, nurturing, loving parent. You just don't have to do.
Yeah.
And in the long run, you're actually being a more supportive, more loving, more nurturing parent by giving them that lesson that they're capable of doing it on their own. I can't, like, one of the biggest challenges right now, especially with teenage and girls and young adult men, is a lack of self-confidence.
Why is that, you think?
I think it's because of this. I think it's because we have a generation. I mean, I see it with the kids that I'm working with in college and in high school now. It's kids who have had their parents do everything for them for the last 10, 15 years. So I think that's a really big, I think it's also social media.
And do you think the other is how you build confidence when you don't have the parents doing for you?
What do you mean the other?
So I didn't have my parents filling in the space or time for me. I had to figure it out.
And look how far you've come.
Right, so certain things it's a knowing. Wherever I have the information to do it, I know I can do it. Yeah. Because I always had to.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a great point.
And that is your innate belief in yourself.
Right, for sure. Because I had no choice.
And you had no choice, exactly.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
That should be in a book. That's good.
Okay, so, tell me about your book. Let's talk about your book.
Well, 100 Days of Wisdom. Yeah. 100 quotes to live a more inspired life.
Which I love, because I love quotes.
Yeah, quotes, words have meaning and power.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this book was created in a space in my life when I was in a lot of pain, emotionally, mentally. Yeah. I was in LA, probably maybe my 4th year out here, 5th year. And I was struggling, trying to figure out, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment with a roommate, trying to figure out life, and I would do these videos on Instagram. Yeah. Motivation Monday, Wisdom Wednesday. Should I stop?
No, keep going.
What's Positive Friday, and it gave me some type of structure to what I was doing, and then I realized I took a mastermind with Lewis Howes, School of Greatness, paid $500 to enter, and you had to create a product in 28 days. Okay. And so those videos, I probably had over 100 videos. Okay. Because this was Instagram was 15 seconds. The words I was, expressing in that moment, I turned into quotes and made it content and turned into a book. But these are words that just came from my soul, because all I had at that moment in my mind was my faith, and the motivation to keep going. And it was like I was talking to people, but I really was talking to myself. So I turned it into a book, and here we are today. It's an Amazon bestseller, and you can get it off my website.
Let's look at this book.
And
I love it. 100 Days of Wisdom. It's amazing.
Yep, we got a little note section.
What? Yeah, I was going to say, that's one of the things, I was looking through this before, and one of the things that I really love about it is that you've incorporated a note section. So if you feel inspired by the quotes, or if you want, you can.
Yeah, because everybody has a different meaning and perspective and context of what they might read and what they may feel based on what phase they are in their life.
Yeah. So. Well, and I think that it's interesting that you say that, because I think anytime we have interactions with people, what we internalize and take away from those interactions, it's all based on where we're at in our life.
Yes.
Right?
And that's what I said, what you said about being a mom and all the experiences you had. I'm going through something in my life in this moment. You just helped me understand, oh, that's what I need to do, and I need to really own that more. Not just 60%, I think 100%.
Yeah, but it's hard.
And be okay. Yeah. But what I'm dealing with is hard, right?
Totally.
And it's not up to me.
But be kind to yourself.
Oh, okay? Yeah, I'm kind.
That's the other thing that I have found is that people tend to be really hard on themselves.
Oh, I've been doing that my whole life.
Right? Yeah. And saying I have to do this now, I need to get this done, I should be paying attention to this. We are so pulled in so many different directions in this life that we're living today because of our natural surroundings and our environmental, what we put on ourselves and what's naturally there, right? Yeah. And I think that one of the things that we have to, as a human society, need to do is just have some grace for the paths that we're on.
I actually just got over that ideology, paradigm, whatever you want to call it, being hard on yourself, because I'm extremely hard. Yeah. And my therapist, she did some deep work, and she was like, well, in the past life, there was an opportunity for you to get more or get what you wanted, and
Yeah.
it required more work, and you didn't do it.
Okay.
So in this lifetime, you feel like you
due.
always got to go an extra mile
That's so
because it's a innate thing. It's a
Yeah.
soul spiritual thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, anytime in this lifetime, when you feel like you got to do an extra rep in the gym or
Yeah.
read another page in a book, don't
do it.
do it.
Like not.
That's
try to-
all
yeah.
past life regression, or that's where that energy is coming from.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, I think it's great that you are doing the work and you're, you know, for yourself and also for your clients, right? Because we can only be our best selves if we're always constantly working on ourselves.
Yeah.
Right?
It's work.
It is work. It's
I don't know
hard.
if you watched, I think it's Stutz.
Oh my God, you're the second person this
Yeah.
week to tell me.
You haven't watched?
No, I literally turned it on to watch
So-
last night and I ended up watching the Murdaugh murders instead.
He was saying that there's three.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's how I practice also.
Three certainties or something. It's like it's pain.
Yeah.
I think he said uncertainty and constant work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's true.
Constant work, yeah.
Constant work.
Constant work is really necessary, yeah. And I think part of that is because our, like I was saying before, like our environment is always changing, and we are growing in with our environment and within ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So we have to always be re-examining and examining what we're doing. So this has actually been a much more serious interview than I thought it was going to be. But hey, that's the direction we went in, and it was real and organic and authentic, and I love that.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, so...
Let's get into the love. Let's get into the dating.
Let's get into
talk to some romance, you know?
So I'm doing this project, as you know, we talked a little bit about it, the dating project. And it's been interesting. I'm on 4 apps. 4
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. You got to put yourself out there.
Work. It's a lot of work. But, you know, I'm like enjoying it, I would say, like 85% of the time. But the differentiating factor compared to me doing this over the last few years and now is, so in order, we're doing like kind of really an expose on these dating sites, right?
Yeah.
And really trying to figure out if you pay to play at a higher level, if you have a better experience. Because I think it's a question that a lot of people sign up and they just want the free services, right?
Yeah.
And they're like swiping, and it's partially entertainment, partial intention to meet someone. But if you really have the intention to meet someone, like what can you do to potentially help that maybe move a little bit faster, right? Yeah. So anyways, so I've been on these sites at the highest level of pay to play, if you will, and it's been really interesting. So how's dating for you been in LA?
Dating has been tug of war, a tennis match, fun, not so real. It's just been a lot. It's because my background has been reality TV. Yeah. Right? And I've been on dating shows.
Totally. And people search you and you're like, oh, you were on Bachelor.
Yeah, so it's, you come, or at least I come into it like, okay, who are you? Yeah. Why are we here? Yeah. How do you see me? Are you looking at me from what you know, what you see, or what you're curious about? And so I don't think it's their fault that they know me from TV and they date me from that perspective. It's just not as authentic as you would like, because that's a side of the persona that the TV presented, and that's what you see. Right. Or social media, what I've put out, right? Right. That's not all of who I am.
Of course not.
But I feel like the apps work until they don't.
Until they don't.
Yeah, because it goes,
Tell me.
as you know, for me. Yeah. You know, being single for a long time in LA. Yeah. That was my lifestyle. I was even on dating on TV, or I'm on a dating app. Yeah. I mean, how else am I gonna see people unless I'm go to the gym or meet someone in the grocery store, or even on Instagram? Yeah. You know, becomes like a dating app.
Did you ever actually talk to anyone with the intention of like maybe going on a date when you would go to the market or you would go to the gym?
Yeah. I'm big on that. Like, let's go to dinner.
Oh, okay.
And then my friend was like, hey, listen, you need to go to coffee first. Yes. Because I've been on.
The dinner first date is horrible. And then you're like 5 minutes in and you're like, I have to, not only do I have to stay here for another hour, but
I think the challenge with apps is that they're very deceiving. Very. And some people don't look the way
at all.
You
can just be blunt about it. It's okay. I'm pretty blunt on here about it.
The transparency off the app is not the same within it, you know? So.
What are we showing right now? Oh, it's you on the with Rachel. Oh
wow!
Do you still talk to her?
In passing, meaning if I see her in person. I talk to Brian a lot, her husband.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to her book release this March 3rd. I think the book is Real Love.
Okay.
I just got some RSVP email. I don't know. I got to look at the email. Her publicist sent it to me. So I'll see them on the 3rd. I think that's a Friday.
It's soon, March 3rd. I think it's this Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really soon. Aww.
Look at a young guy. Yeah. I've grown a lot from that space.
You have.
So
you look very different, actually.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was a boy then. I'm a man now.
Was it a good experience?
It was a great experience.
It was.
Changed my life. It showed me that you can be vulnerable as a man.
Yeah.
It's okay to be your authentic self.
Yeah.
And no one's going to judge you but yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I did most of my life because of my perception of what I thought people might like or not like. And that's when you go back to not being hard on yourself. I think that's what a lot of that energy came from.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know better.
Yeah, I was going to say you were young.
I didn't have a mirror. I wasn't in relationships prior a lot to kind of know.
Yeah.
But it helped. It showed me that, I can open up and be my true self no matter what. And that's actually going to propel me to be more of a better person in life. So.
Yeah. Looking back on that, what was what surprised you the most about that experience?
For me, it was like I was able to live the life I always wanted to live, and I went to like 6 countries.
I know, that was incredible.
You know, the 6 countries. I had all these amazing experiences. Yeah. I fell in love, and I learned a lot.
Were you in love with her?
Yeah.
You were.
What happened was I found myself.
Yeah.
You know, I went in a boy and became a man because there was experiences within that network or that time where it was fight or flight. And I don't know if you're into astrology, but that was around like Saturn return. Yeah. So in your Saturn return in astrology, like every 28 to 29 years of someone's life, they're getting ready for the 30th or I think it's the 50th year or whatever. When you're 48 getting to 50, it's like a really tough time. Okay. And so you even fight or flight. And so that was the most challenging times of my life where I was low and I'm just like, what is this? I don't want to be here.
Were you cut off completely from your family during that? You are, like, you're sequestered.
You were like isolated. You don't have no phone. You don't know what's going on social media. You don't know what's going on in the world.
In the world, right?
Which
they don't give you updates.
To be honest, I kind of missed that.
I was gonna say, like, that's kind of nice.
But when I came home, I kind of felt like, wow, was I in boarding school? Because this is different. What you say?
Did you have a handler on the show?
Like
a producer who was like, this I have to know.
Steve, shouts out to Steve. Steve, I love you, Steve. Steve was a great handler.
Do they like say like, okay, it's your turn to go talk to Rachel now? Yeah. Do they like send you in at like that opportune moment when like you really shouldn't be going in?
Well, the producer kind of leads you to the discussion. The handler just kind of like, what do you need? You need anything?
Yeah.
The thing I like about people that's behind the scene, you get to really have a real connection with them.
Right?
And they get to learn you and they get to choose like, man, we love you on here, man. Keep doing your thing. I know it's hard. And sometimes it's those moments in life that make the best. And it's not the actual being on camera. But you don't get to see that.
Right. I want them to do a behind the scenes of The Bachelorette or The Bachelor so badly. I think that would be my daughter, and so my 17-year-old, she and I watch it together. And I started letting her watch. I've watched every season. I don't know. It's like a total guilty pleasure. Okay. So I've watched literally every season. My 17-year-old, I started watching with her when she was 14. Wow. But here, I'm going to tell you something. So I had a lot of friends who judged me because of that. They were like, I cannot believe you're letting your 14-year-old daughter. Here's why I did it. It was a natural opener, an organic opener for a lot of conversations for us to have about relationships and sexuality and gender roles, because we would watch it and she would comment and then it would be a natural conversation starter for us to talk about things. And I knew that this would be the case, which was why I did this with her. I specifically chose this. She knew I watched it, and I knew that it would be a good way for us to have some of these organic conversations. And now, like, we talk about, like, we have conversations about the relationships and about like what works and what doesn't and her type. And like, I think it genuinely has like really helped shape our relationship and how we talk about her relationships, you know. And by the way, friendships as well as romantic relationships, because I think the show is as much about the friendships that you make, even though people say, oh, I'm not here to make friends, I'm, you know, here for the love. But I think the show is as much about the friendships that you make on the show and how you relate to the people that you're living with in the house, right? Yeah,
absolutely. I just had a conversation with a few guys from the show, like Matt Munson, Demario Jackson. We got a group chat with a lot of people. So I talk to Brian a lot, Rachel's husband. So it's one of them things only you guys or gals in the house know what others
you went
don't know.
Through. Totally.
Yeah.
You guys shared that experience.
And it was intense. It was like a real experiment where you're like, wow, what just happened? Like just to talk about
experience.
The camera guy, like I remember being in Spain vividly, and we're in a helicopter.
And wait, what? Sorry.
I was in Spain.
Yeah.
We was
on the helicopter.
Rachel and I was in a helicopter, and there was a guy, the camera guy.
Yeah.
The way he was shooting the camera while we drinking, champagne, I'm just like, who is this guy? We need to talk to him.
Behind the camera?
Yeah, because it was just so fascinating to be in this space, to be flying over the vineyards in Spain.
Yeah.
But then this is guy who's capturing our moment.
Yeah.
How is he able to do that in the angle, right? Because we're in a helicopter.
Like a really tight space.
And so I was always fascinated behind like the people that are behind the scenes and what they got to go through, because those producers work hard.
Maybe that means you should be more like doing stuff more behind the scenes stuff.
No, I do. That's what I'm gonna do, because I don't always have to be on camera. I have IP, intellectual property. I know how things move. Yeah, but I do think you having your daughter watch at 14 is great, because if you think about it, where's people's blueprint of a relationship?
Totally.
It's their mom and dad, or their mom or dad, however their relationship status is.
Or they don't have it, and then it's based in like social media or
which I didn't have
Disney,
growing up. Right.
Yeah. Which like Disney is so anti. I mean that was. I mean, yes, my parents were married, but the model of marriage that I saw wasn't what I really wanted to emulate.
Yeah.
And I think actually, like when I look back, and I've done a lot of like work around this because it's so not the way, and it's not healthy, it's not the way that it is, but like I romanticized their relationship and also based what I wanted off of like Disney. And like romantic comedies, like Pretty Woman. And
that's the thing, like who creates our ideas or our who aspires us to have them? Because when I first fell in love, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And I think that was like, or you get around a certain type of person, or you have a certain type of experience. You're like, nah, that's not what it is. This is not it.
Reality.
It's like
not the way
when I wrote my book, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Is there anything that has ever been what you thought it was going to be?
No, and I tell people like, in life, this is why gratitude is so important.
So important, yeah.
I'm living my dreams right now.
You are?
But it doesn't feel like it.
Why?
Meaning, because what does it feel like to live your dreams?
Right.
What does it feel like to live your dreams?
Right.
You think it's going to be a way, but I've always wanted to write books.
Yeah.
I have 2 books.
Yeah.
I always wanted to have a mobile app. I have a mobile app.
Yeah.
I've done TV.
Yeah.
I've done commercials.
So are you still searching then for what that feels like? And
no, I'm not. I just realized like this is dream living.
Yeah.
But I put so much emphasis on how it should be, just like in a relationship, or having money, or being successful.
Yeah.
We think it should be this way,
yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not it. But that's because we fantasize, we visualize, romanticize. Yeah.
Welcome to Life 2.0, baby.
Yeah, baby. So to talk about that, life from that experience now for me is about being my most authentic self and helping this world evolve through whatever I choose to do. TV, motivation, life coaching, public speaking, being an author, having people like you and giving me information.
Yeah.
You said something at the event. You said something about education.
When we're educated, we make good decisions.
Right, stuff like that. Like, however I show up in this space or whatever space, I want to entertain, I want to influence, I want to motivate, I want to inspire, and I want to help people heal, evolve, and become their best self.
Yeah.
So I'm not into like, oh, look what I have, look who I'm with, look what I got. It's like, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm around people who have everything materially, but they might not know who they are internally. So I want to help people get to the root of like, I had a client the other day, I said, you losing the weight off your body, is that for you or for someone else? She's like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, we need to get to the root of that. We can work out all day. But what are we really doing it for? So I hope it's for you. And she kind of like, well, the other, she brought that up, the other party person. And I said, that's okay, but let's bring it back to self. And come from that paradigm and it change your perception on why you're doing it.
Well, and that's so important. I think when we are doing something for ourselves, we are actually motivated to really do it and to stick to it.
Yes.
Right? When we're doing something for anyone else ever, there's always that like, maybe I won't do that. Or like you get sidetracked or things can come up. But when it's for you, baby, you're in it. You're really in it. Yeah,
that's good. And you said something that I realized that in my life when I did things for me, my life went to a whole nother level. When I focus on doing things for others, it didn't go as far. But it's okay.
Yeah.
You got to do it for you. In order to be me, I must be free. In order to be free, I must be me.
I love it. Say it again for the camera. Tell us where we can find you.
Hey, you guys, follow me on Instagram at Eric Bigger. On Twitter, Eric_Bigger. And get you a copy of 100 Days of Wisdom. A lot of wisdom.
And it's miracle season, baby.
In order to be me, I must be free. So hopefully you're free and you're you and you love yourself unconditionally. Peace, love, and gratitude. Life 2.0 TV.
Life 2.0.
Hey.
Eric, it was such a pleasure having you here today. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I hope you'll come back.
I will.
Yeah, good.
Great.
Okay, this was really fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was so great.
Yeah. Y'all got another one? So many gems in there, so many.
So here is our Jackery. Unbox it. You want to get it charged up. You use this fantastic charger over here. This is the output over there. And it has an extra cable like this with the ability to charge it in your car. So that is really cool. So we have it all charged up. It has here, you can press on the display. You can see now that it is not drawing any power, it is not bringing in any power, and it is 99% charged, which is cool. So as you want to use all your separate things, you can turn on the little lights, and it will show you, as you can see there, that now you can draw power out of them, or you can turn them off, just like you would at home. If you want to leave something plugged in, but not having it draw power, there you can turn it off. So let's have some fun and see what our Jackery can fire up. So in the past, we have used the Jackery to light up our lives with Govee. We have charged our cell phones, and we have done a few other things. But we've even lit up the Aero Garden. How amazing is that we were able to light up the Aero Garden? But today we're going to push the Jackery to the limit, and we are going to take a look at the This Works. What's this? This Works car vacuum. Awesome, very cool. And we could even take a look at Tambi used it. And how amazing is this? Oh my goodness. You can just keep on going and going and going. You can get into every little nook and cranny in your car with all of this. How awesome. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick it into our Jackery. Let's do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Turn it on. The little light and the display have gone on because we are about to fire this up. Thank you, Mr. Jackery. There we go. That is cool. So let's see what else we can fire up today. That is just so cool. You see, powerful vacuum, Jackery fired it up. Let's have a look at some of the other things that we can fire up today. Let's see. Here we go. So let's try the Levoit air purifier. This is a high power drawing item, I think. I would imagine so. It's not something that you would generally plug into this little power port here. Amazing. If this works, you know how incredible this must be. So not only is the Jackery used when you are camping or exploring the world in your RV or your car, the Jackery can also be your backup power source for a disaster. Disaster preparedness. The Jackery is definitely something that you'd want to have in your home. And God forbid there is something and the air is not pure and now you're stuck in your home, you've got no power, you can't put your air purifiers on. If there's a huge amount of dust in the air, or if there's a big Like we are in California, there could be a huge earthquake, will bring up a lot of dust, but you obviously want to still keep your lungs protected. Let's see if the Jackery not only will give us power.
Hello, and we are back. It is Life 2.0 live this morning, this beautiful Tuesday morning. We are coming to you live from Brentwood, California, in Los Angeles. I am now joined, I just had an awesome interview with Eric Bigger. So Eric, thank you so much. That was great, and I hope you will come back. Now I am joined by Tracy Fredkin and Julie Sawaya. Am I saying that correctly?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, good. I meant to ask you before we were live.
Yeah,
I know, it's a hard one. She got it, I know. But no, because like sometimes you can find online how something is pronounced, but I couldn't find that, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is how it is, but you never know.
You nailed it.
Okay, good. So, I'm so excited to have you both here. We are here because in 1 week, are you ready for this? In 1 week is Tracy's SoCal Wellness event at the Griffin Club.
Yep.
It's a huge event. You've been preparing for it for a very long time. I've participated in this event for many years now. I love it. It's a day. I'm gonna actually let you say exactly what it is,
okay.
Because I don't want to botch it. Because I might not say it the way you want me to say it. I know how I would say it.
I trust you, but yeah.
And then also Julie Sawaya, who is the co-founder and co-CEO of Needed, one of your premier sponsors. Mm-hmm. And I'm really excited to speak with you as well because this is my year to get healthy. And so, like, anytime we have any wellness, like healthy from the inside out, from the outside in, top to bottom, bottom to top. I'm like all about everything we can do, especially for women's health, because we are so busy and we're taking care of and doing so many things. And so when we have things that can help us, I think that's really important. So welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Tracy, tell me just your elevator pitch for SoCal Wellness next week.
So it's the 9th annual
Can you believe that?
SoCal Wellness Summit.
Crazy.
I know. Presented by Needed, which we're excited. Julie and I actually met at our 2020 summit when they were just getting started, and they were focused at the time on omegas and pregnancy, and their line has grown so much. And this is one of the things I'd say I love about the summit, is I've built a ton of relationships there, learned about things that I didn't know about, and then watched companies grow and change and evolve with their customers and have them come back. And now Julie is a presenting sponsor this year, and she's involved in our supplements panel, and she's involved in our maternal health panel, and they have some exciting product launches coming. But it's this opportunity to grow together and grow with our audience as well, which is really important. And the summit is really about everything around wellness, and we say from like menstruation to menopause, everything that's really specific to women at all these different ages and stages of their life, and how we can support them. And also the idea is to look at what's happening, because the world is constantly changing, and every year there's like trendy things that may or may not be like good things, just because it's trendy doesn't make it good. But there's also a ton of innovation and a ton of thought that's put into every year, I think, by incredible people. Like, how do we do better? How do we do better with our health, with our life, with all of it? And we look a lot at the way food and nutrition works for you and is important, not about diet, but about lifestyle, really. And I'm gonna let Julie talk about her line.
No, I think that's all right.
But it's a great partnership for us, and we're excited to have you guys back. And you go. No. I'm not going to take over your show. You should just talk about whatever you want to talk.
Take over my show. I'm happy to share the space. I love it, especially when I'm joined by like intelligent women. I'm like all about it. But so Julie, you are passionate about empowering optimal nourishment for women and their families. You've been featured in Vogue, Forbes Women, Motherly, and Mother Mag. You completed your undergrad at Northwestern and you got your MBA at Stanford, so you're not smart at all.
Well, I am the black sheep in my family. I come from a family of medical doctors and nurses, and I am like the nutritional black sheep. So.
Oh, okay. The black sheep who went to Stanford and Northwestern, excuse me. Yeah. Like, who are your parents? But so I am curious because you graduated from Stanford and you went into the financial arena.
Yeah.
You were at Prudential, is that right?
Yeah. So that was actually before
and then
my
TPG and so I'm just like, how did you go from that to this? That's what I'm curious about, because this is such a niche area. And I love that you're doing this, but that is quite a leap to go. So I'm curious what your path was like. What brought you here?
Yeah, so I started out my career after graduating from Northwestern. I started out in finance.
Okay.
I think there's a through line though, going all the way back to college. I was an economics major, and my senior year I spent the entire year studying access to healthy food deserts, which are areas underserved by grocery stores, and it's a real problem, and it was kind of a burgeoning topic then. It's more widely understood now. So the question of nutritional access has been something I've really cared about for a very long time. But then fast forward to working in finance, nutrition was basically my lifeline. It was like the only thing keeping me going when I was working super long hours. And that, alongside realizing as an investor, I wasn't investing in any women-founded businesses. And to me, that was a huge problem, that like these were all male-run, like, not the kinds of businesses that I wanted to see in the world. Yeah. It just felt like a disconnect to me. So I knew I wanted to go to business school. I knew I wanted to start a company in the wellness space. And I was really lucky to meet my co-founder, Ryan, our first year of business school. And starting Needed was really an organic extension of our friendship and just our own personal health journeys and passion for nutrition.
And so the two of you met in school. Did the idea for Needed come about while you were in school?
It did, yeah.
Was it a project that you worked on in school? Because I'm just asking because I know a lot of companies actually originate as like an MBA project.
Yeah, so it didn't start as a project, but we were able to shift a lot of our like coursework and classes around vetting the idea and de-risking it before graduation, which was awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
The actual impetus for Needed was Ryan and I, as lifelong nutrition nerds, were like the healthiest, the most health conscious of all of our friends. At the time, at-home nutritional testing was becoming really popular. So Ryan and I both tested our own nutrition levels and realized that we weren't just like a little bit deficient, we were massively deficient in like 7 to 10 key nutrients each.
Wow.
And it was pretty shocking to us because we were doing what we thought were all the healthy and the right things. We were shopping at the farmer's market, preparing our own food, and we realized that the vast majority of women were like us. And digging into the research and talking to practitioners, we realized upwards of 97% of women in the perinatal, before, during, and after pregnancy life stage, take a supplement. They take a prenatal vitamin, but 95% have nutritional deficiencies. This is also true for broader women's health. It's a problem that goes all the way back to like the food that we're eating, our soil quality, talking about like what's changing in the world. Our environmental toxins are so much higher, so we need a lot more nutrition than our ancestors did. So supplements are needed. Neither Ryan or I ever thought we were going to start a supplements brand, but it's really connected to the health of our environment is directly impacting our human health. And there's no time in life that's more critical than the stage of becoming a mother, growing a baby, postpartum. It's such a nutritionally intense time in someone's life. And that's really why we started Needed, is to set women up for optimal health and to support their family for all the stages that come after it.
Yeah, well, and I love that you have really grown, right? So now you're not just perinatal, you're really looking at all of women's health, and you're looking at men's health, which I think is an area that is often overlooked.
It is, right? And I think
and they're 50% of making a baby.
Yeah.
So
men are not, let's be clear, men are not overlooked generally. Most of the research that we have on nutrition and health is based on men. And the assumption,
interesting, really.
A lot of the assumption is like, so there's a concept in nutrition called the RDAs, basically a daily recommended allowance, for every nutrient.
And it's based on like the male.
These RDAs were set, like it's a concept that came out of World War II around like what's the minimum amount of nutrition we need to keep people alive. And the research was done around men.
Crazy.
I know.
And there have been updates to the RDAs, but they generally really lag the clinical research and really lag in practice experience around what you actually need. So we focus on men's health because it is, as you said, it's a really under focused on area of nutrition when it comes to pregnancy and the health of a baby. And we like to say that, like, if you're not looking at men who contribute 50% of a baby's DNA, really men's health can become a women's health issue because women are the ones who carry the baby, who are like feeling responsible if there is a pregnancy loss, if there's some kind of complication. But really, a lot of complications go back to how healthy was the sperm and the egg. And so we really try to emphasize that both partners' nutrition really matters. And for women who are going the journey alone and you know, choosing sperm, you know, and going through like an IVF or an egg freezing process, you can't necessarily control everything, but let's control what you can.
Yeah, I like that idea of controlling what you can control, because there are so many things that are out of our control, and we have to just be okay with that, right? We can't, that's like, otherwise we can go crazy trying to control those things. But I am a firm believer that if there is something you can control that's going to benefit your health, do it. So tell me a little bit about Needed and what some of your like core products are and where you see the company going.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the product that we started with. It's our prenatal multivitamin, and we really started with a powdered prenatal for a few reasons. One is that anyone who's listening who's been pregnant probably has experienced nausea. It's like 90% of women during pregnancy do experience nausea. So powder can be a really easy form factor for taking your vitamins every day instead of choking down a lot of pills, which is great. The other main reason is that you can put in a lot more nutrition into a powder. You can fit optimal dosages and the right nutrient forms that your body can best use. They tend to be bulky, they take up space. One nutrient in particular in our prenatal that is missing from most prenatals is choline. Choline is a nutrient that supports brain health. It's super, super important for babies' development in utero, and we've actually had an RDA for choline since the 1990s, but it was almost entirely lacking in prenatals until, you know, several years ago, until our prenatal came along, and we actually dose at the full RDA recommended level of choline. We were the first to do that. So powder is a great option. We now have our prenatal multi in capsules as well. We offer 2 different versions of the capsules because not everybody can take a powder, but it works for a lot of people.
Does it get mixed into water?
You can mix it in. I would say the best way is with a smoothie, but you can, in a pinch, you can mix it with water or like a little almond milk. You can make kind of like a chocolate milk out of it. You can also open up capsules and add them to water or your foods.
That's what my daughters do. They open whenever they have to do anything with a capsule. They just open it and put it into applesauce.
We used to do it with like 7-Up or things like that when we had to take pills when we were younger. But this is another one of our most popular products. It is a collagen protein. We now have a collagen protein for pregnancy and also a collagen protein for general women's health.
I was going to say, I would love to get my hands on that.
It's awesome. And I think a lot of us know collagen protein for the beauty benefits. It can support hair health. It can support skin health. For the pregnancy and postpartum life stage, it's really important because the placenta is actually made up of collagen, which is kind of crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't know that.
Collagen can also support blood sugar regulation, which also helps with nausea, and also postpartum with skin stretching, recovery, tearing.
All of it.
It's
Collagen's
awesome
amazing,
It really is. And I say this as somebody who for a long time was vegetarian and vegan. I was like pretty reluctant to take collagen, but I now find it's a very inoffensive way to get in protein during pregnancy. Even if you're vegetarian, I would recommend looking into it because the amino acids in collagen just aren't found in plant-based foods. So this is one of our most popular ones. And then I'm super excited about our new egg quality support product. This is our newest product, and what's awesome about this egg quality support, it has no ingredients that overlap with your prenatal vitamin or a women's multi. It supports egg quality, and I think many know that as you age, egg quality declines, egg quantity also declines, but there's still a lot you can do to support it optimally, and this includes basically a high antioxidant blend of nutrients. It's awesome because it's breastfeeding, it's pregnancy safe, so if you're pregnant and you think you want more kids in the future, you can keep taking the egg quality support throughout your pregnancies. If you're not yet ready to start a family, it's awesome for those who are considering egg freezing or just who want to, you know, maintain their optimal egg quality for 10 years from now. I love this product. I think it's just like it's something that literally everybody can take, and it's really safe and highly effective.
Do you think that that's something that like 20-year-olds should go on, like before they're like?
I think it
as
doesn't
like
hurt.
a part of a multivitamin regimen that they would be doing.
I think it doesn't hurt, and I think that's the great part about it is it's like it can support it supports mitochondrial function. It supports like mitochondria in addition to being heavily present in an egg cell. It's just great for like every cell in your body to support basically optimal cellular health. So it's something that you can take for energy. It's something that can support egg quality so that your eggs are in an optimal place when you're ready to use them.
Yeah, that's great. I love that you have such a comprehensive line. So what is the direction of the company? Like, where do you see this company going?
Yeah, so we started with the perinatal life stage because it is a stage when many women haven't yet established a supplement routine.
Yeah.
It's a really critical stage. Nutrient needs are at their absolute highest, and if you can impact a woman's nutrition in pregnancy as well as men's nutrition prior to conception, it can support a baby's health really throughout their whole lifetime. But where we're really going now is into following mom throughout the stages that come after pregnancy. We have a women's health line, which we're excited to have at the event next week, which is
very
awesome.
Excited about that.
We also have products for kids coming out later this year, which we're really excited about. It's the #1 product that our customers and practitioners are asking for.
I'm curious, are you doing that in a powder formula or a gummy formula? And I'm curious what you feel about, or how you feel about the gummy supplements, because I know this is something that
it's such a hot topic.
It's such a hot topic. Yeah, I'm curious what your thoughts are on it.
So we're looking at both. I think we will have products for kids that are powders. We have customers now who will take our prenatal multi and they'll just cut the dose down. I actually give it to my daughter, my toddler.
Yeah, I would put it in my kids' smoothies.
For smoothies, exactly.
So my kids have a smoothie every day. Like,
and if they're in the habit of that, it's a great form factor. The only challenge with powders is like kids don't often finish a full serving of what they eat. So we actually, some of our team members now, our head of R&D, our head of supply chain came over from Smarty Pants, which is a popular gummy vitamin company. And Smarty Pants has done a great job of packing a lot of nutrients into a gummy, but you are space constrained. So we're weighing those factors. If we launched a chewable or a gummy format, we would make sure that it is free of sugar. I think that's one of the primary concerns. Dentists don't like it because they get stuck in your teeth.
Dentists don't like it. But even sometimes the pediatricians that I've worked with have said that the absorption from a gummy is just not, the quality is not there compared to powder or pill form. And pills are obviously a challenge for kids. There's some liquid options, but we're really focusing, I think, first on how do you optimize nutrient delivery, and then how do you make it easy to take. So powders are a pretty attractive option from that point of view. Yeah, I love that. I love that you've got the supplements in the powder form. That was not available when I was having babies.
And there's increasingly a lot of kids have sensory processing issues. So powder is a really nice option for those kids who are. It's actually like in some ways not dissimilar from pregnancy when like tastes and smell preferences and whatnot, like textures are really, really sensitive. So. Hopefully we will be able to nail it like we've been able to for the pregnancy stage.
Well, I'm sure you will. I have no doubt that you will. And so tell me, why did you want to get involved in this event in wellness?
Well, I mean, going back to 2020 when Tracy and I met, it was such an amazing event. I was newly pregnant with my now 2.5-year-old daughter at the time. It was just such a standout event, and Needed's focus is really on delivering optimal nutrition direct to consumer and also through a network of health and wellness practitioners. And this is one of the only events that I've been to, and we've been to a lot of events that brings together experts and like women of influence and women who are just looking to optimize their health and well-being. It's just such a perfect alignment for us in terms of what we're trying to do. And I think happily we've our mission and our product line has grown as Tracy's focus has continued to evolve too into all of the areas of family health that that really align awesomely with what we're doing at Needed.
That's great. Well, I love the event. It's been amazing having you here. Thank you so much. I love the wellness event. I love that you're involved. I'm excited to learn even more, especially about the product line that's good for women my age. We'll talk more about that next week.
I know.
We're going to be, I'm going to be live on the site. We're going to be doing the show live next from the site, and then I'm on a panel there, and so I'll be there. So
Amazing.
we'll look
I'm
out for
excited to
each
see
other.
you. Yeah.
I know. We'll look out, and hopefully I'll have you, pop on again for a few minutes. But Julie, thank you so much, and thank you for bringing and sharing the needed part of the needed product line with us. This is great. I'm so happy to know more about it. So thank you so much for being here. Tell us, look into that camera and let us know where we can find your products.
Yeah, you can find us at thisisneeded.com and on Instagram @needed. Just one word.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
We will be right back after these messages for more guests having to do with our wellness event next week. Okay. That was great. Is that okay? Were you comfortable with that? Okay, good.
Yeah, that's great.
Great job, beautiful.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So I think she's going to come in next probably, and then Marissa and I will do something after. Do you want me to be here for the Aura thing, or you want to just do it one-on-one quick?
What do you want to do? Do you want to?
I think you should just sit here and do it, and then I'll come back with the boxes, and we can do the products quickly, and then because I think we're going to run out of time.
I have 2 kids that are almost out of the house, and I'm on my 2nd career. Maybe, like me, you are looking for the best new place to hang out with friends. Maybe you're looking for financial advice. So am I. But I have a secret for you. LA is one of the best places to reinvent yourself. From the beach to downtown in the mountains and everything in between. Parenting advice? You can come to me. Dating advice? I'm doing a lot of that in this city. So join me. I'm Marissa as we traverse this incredible city and intentionally rediscover and create Life 2.0. When I was a kid growing up in Southern California, I had my life mapped out. I knew what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, and how I was going to get there. But what no one tells you is how mysteriously and differently life can actually turn out. So now, in my mid-40s, I'm divorced. I have 2 kids that are almost out of the house, and I'm on my 2nd career. Maybe, like me, you are looking for the best new place to hang out with friends. Maybe you're looking for financial advice. So am I. But I have a secret for you. LA is one of the best places to reinvent yourself. From the beach to downtown in the mountains and everything in between. Parenting advice? You can come to me. Dating advice? I'm doing a lot of that in this city. So join me. I'm Marissa as we traverse this incredible city and intentionally rediscover and create Life 2.0. welcome back. I am Marissa Gold, your host with Life 2.0 TV Live. We are joined today still with Tracy from the wellness event. Tracy's still here hanging out with me. And now Shaka from Aura Journey is here. And you're going to be at the wellness event next week. You are going to be doing aura readings.
Yes, we are.
For people on site with an aura camera to read our energies and to give people their readings. So explain a little bit about what you're going to be doing, and then I get to have an aura reading, which I'm very excited about.
So I'll explain what an aura is and
Please,
how aura
yes.
cameras work, and then we'll do your aura.
Okay, perfect.
So aura is a colorful energy around your body.
Okay.
And everybody has an aura. It's a colorful, cloudy energy around your body. It looks like a cloud. And the way an aura photography works is we have an aura camera has sensors. You put your hand on the sensor, it receives biofeedback measurements from certain pressure points on your hands, and it translates this into visual representation of your aura.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So aura has different colors, and it has where the aura color is, it can mean something different.
Okay.
So like let's say if it's on top, it's your mental state.
Yeah.
In the center, it's your true essence, it's your true aura.
Okay.
In the bottom, it's your foundation, it's how you're grounded.
Okay.
On the right side, it's the energy going out from you to the world. It's kind of like your vibe, the vibe people feel from you.
Yeah.
And the left is the energy that comes back into your life.
Okay.
So should we go?
We're gonna do the aura reading. Yes. Okay.
So your aura, the colors that you have are green, yellow, and blue.
Okay.
So you're mostly green. So on
I see
top,
that.
in the center,
Yeah.
and the bottom.
Kind of all like right around. Yeah.
Yeah. So greens are very social, and I can see.
That's so funny because sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. It depends on my mood.
Is mine going to be black? I'm pretty sure it is.
No, there's no black.
Is that like a black aura? That would be mine for sure.
So greens are very social.
Okay.
Purple, maybe.
They're natural healers. Growth is very important for them. Healing is very important for them. So their foundation is growth and healing. These are the social butterflies. You walk into a room, the social butterflies that can walk up to anyone and talk to anyone. These are the greens. You know they're greens.
Okay.
So they're also natural healers. Healing is very important for them. So, and this kind of ties into the energy that goes out to you, from you to the world, sorry. And it's yellow. Yellows are the very optimistic people. These are, again, the people that, you can tell them anything and they have something positive to say to you. So very optimistic. They see they look at the world in pink glasses, and they're just really pleasant people to be around. And then the energy coming back into your life is blue, which is very cool and tranquil. Blues are peace is very important for them. So the energy comes back into their life. They do a lot of meditation, so that's why there's a lot of peaceful and cool, calm, tranquil energy coming into their life.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah. So the aura reading doesn't actually take a very long time. It's the combination of doing the hand scan, and then you get the printout of what it looks like, and then you're able to tell someone.
Yes.
Amazing.
So the way it works is we'll invite the guests into our photo booth. Yeah. They'll put their hand on the sensor.
Okay.
And then for about like 20-30 seconds, and then we'll take their photo, aura photo, and someone will interpret their aura.
Amazing. And what is it like once you have the knowledge of your aura, right? What are you supposed to do with that? Is there a way that you're supposed to, or is it more just so that you have general knowledge about yourself? And does it change? Like, does your aura change?
Yeah, if you go back in a couple times, will it be the same every or does it depend on your mood?
Totally.
If you go back after the cocktail reception, it's going to be a different situation.
Oh my God, can we do it at 8 o'clock in the morning?
We should do it in the morning
and at 4
and then at
p.m.
the end of the day. Yeah.
We totally should. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So auras do change, and they do change.
Okay.
But so when you look at the color wheel here, they can change within a color or two.
Okay.
But like I say, if you're red, reds have very powerful energies. They're very driven.
Can you show that chart in the close-up
It's right
cam
here.
right there?
Right there, I think.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
You go.
There you go. So you can see the different colors and what they relate to, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying if someone is like,
So if someone's red,
they might go up into like orange or something, but they're not going to.
They're not going to be purple.
They're not going to go to purple.
Right.
It's kind of red for them to go up to purple. Like they're purple, it's kind of red for them to go.
Okay.
So red and purple are very opposite.
Yeah.
Purples are the visionaries. They're very calm energy, whereas reds are like the passionate,
fiery.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
they're very strong.
We know people like that.
Yeah. I know. Can you tell when someone goes in? Would you make a guess? And how often would you be right?
Sometimes people come in and they have this high energy and they want to know everything, and you're like, okay, this is a green or this is a red. Or sometimes people come in and there's just like this very peaceful
Zen.
energy.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, this is either indigo or violet. So
So
sometimes
interesting.
we're right and sometimes we're completely off. So
Really?
How did you get into this?
So I'm actually from the corporate background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I went, the girls in my office were just raving about these aura photos. And so I said, I have to do this. It's so interesting. So I went, got my aura photo taken, and I got hooked. And I thought, what an amazing thing to bring to to corporate events, to wellness events, fundraisers, just any kind of event.
Yeah.
Because it serves as a great way for like an icebreaker for people to connect.
Yeah.
So the first thing we did, actually, we took it to my neighbor's birthday party. And people just loved it. People who didn't even know each other were able to connect.
Yeah.
They met, and so I think it's a great way for people to come together and connect.
Yeah, I want to have you at an event. I want to do that. like I think my daughter and all of her friends, I think they would love this.
Yeah.
Right? They would think it was so interesting and so up there.
Well, people like to learn different things about themselves,
Absolutely.
right? And it's just interesting input and information. Yeah.
Well, and that's what your event's all about.
Yeah.
That's what I love about your event. It's like no matter who you are, no matter what kind of woman you are, you're going to find something at the wellness event that's going to really speak to you.
Yeah.
So our vision is to bring self-awareness in a fun entertainment form.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a very important point this year, that the idea is for people to have fun and be happy and enjoy it, and for the summit to be, there are serious topiks, but you should find some joy in it is the goal, hopefully. Please find joy in it.
Will there be alcohol?
Of course.
There will be joy.
We have all the healthy stuff too, don't
all
worry.
the healthy stuff, and then a cocktail reception at the end of the day.
Right. So everyone needs something at the end of the day.
I mean, a bed, maybe. Like a nice long
We
nap.
do massages too. There'll be that.
Well, thank you so much for being here and for doing my aura reading. I'm really excited. And I am going to come and do one in the beginning of the day and again at the end. I think that's going to be a really interesting comparison, right? To just see. I think we should both do it. I think you should do it. I'm going to drag you in there. You're going to be like, I don't have time. You'll be like, yeah, you do.
I'm really excited to be part of the event. We knew about the event before, so thank you for having us.
Yes, brand new this year.
Yeah, very excited.
Exciting.
So very excited. Thank you for coming on the show. We'll see you next week when we're there live. Yeah, it'll be really fun.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We will be right back after these messages with Tracy. Well, you're gonna be showing me some of the other fun sponsors, toys and products.
All products. Yep.
I can't wait.
Yep.
Everybody likes the gifty stuff.
Everyone likes the gift box.
Everyone likes the gift box.
Yep.
This is very cool. Can I see?
When I was a kid growing up in Southern California, I had my life mapped out. I knew what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, and how I was going to get there. But what no one tells you is how mysteriously and differently life can actually turn out. So now, in my mid-40s, I'm divorced. I have 2 kids that are almost out of the house, and I'm on my 2nd career. Maybe, like me, you are looking for the best new place to hang out with friends. Maybe you're looking for financial advice. So am I. But I have a secret for you. LA is one of the best places to reinvent yourself. From the beach to downtown in the mountains and everything in between. Parenting advice? You can come to me. Dating advice? I'm doing a lot of that in this city. So join me. I'm Marissa as we traverse this incredible city and intentionally rediscover and create Life 2.0.
the studio. Live 2.0 coming to you live on Amazon from beautiful Brentwood, California, where so far the sun is still shining, even though we're being told we're getting more rain.
I was lucky this morning, I feel like. Now it's like weird when it's sunny, which is very odd for people living in Southern California. You're like, oh, it's sunny today. Wow.
Because it's like we've had so much rain in the last couple weeks. It's crazy. It is so crazy, right?
Too much.
Are you worried at all about the weather with your event?
I mean, I'm not pleased about it. But I think at this point, I'm like, well, if it doesn't rain, that seems like a win. I mean, you know, in the old days, we used to worry that it was going to be too hot.
Well, there was one year that I was sitting on a panel. I forget what year it was. The location was beautiful. It was stunning.
Probably at Malibu Lakes.
Maybe.
It's maybe the prettiest we've ever had.
Hot. Oh my God, it was so hot.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like that's what we used to worry about. And that one year we had it canceled because of a fire.
Right.
I mean, back in the day, I was like, what? And now, but now I have to worry about this. But it's true with everything. Like everything is an extreme. So I mean, I don't know, but. Hopefully, luckily this year we're like well set up for it. It's indoor outdoor venue. It's an indoor outdoor venue. We have valet parking. We have heat lamps. We have umbrellas. Like I think we've learned that we kind of have to be prepared for anything. All the panels and talks are inside. The food is in covered spaces. So we can adapt to it. It's just like you'd love to have a nice
beautiful day,
a pretty day. You know, I mean,
well, hopefully we will. I mean, hopefully it'll turn out.
It keeps changing. There's no rain right now, so we'll see. But I guess bring your coats. It's time for layers. We're doing the cold baths.
I know. I need to know about this.
I know.
I saw this. I printed out all of the schedule stuff because there's so much cool stuff going on. I don't know how you are squeezing all of this into one day.
Either. It's going to be busy.
I really am that's my main question is how. How are you doing this? But I saw the cold baths. So how are you doing that?
Well, it's funny because we were out there doing the demo for them, and I was like, oh God, this sounded better when it was when we thought it was going to be hot. But so we talked about having one cold bath and one hot bath because you know how you can jump in and out. But I mean, cold baths are all the rage these days, and we're talking a lot at different points about biohacking and a lot of the stuff that people are doing now around longevity and different types of things they're incorporating into their wellness routines. So I thought that was one of the things that we should really have this year, and I think people are afraid to try. I mean, I'm afraid to try it. Who wants to be cold?
Are you going to do it?
Probably not.
I think we should do it.
We can try it maybe.
I might make you do it with me live on air.
But they're there, I feel in a way that they walk you through it, and so much of it is breath work, right? They talk about it's how you breathe, it's how you get in, it's how you get out.
So people have to know to bring a bathing suit?
Well, so what I assume people are going to do and what we've told people to do is wear workout clothes, and you can go in anything and still change. The nice thing about it this year is it's at the club, and so there's a full sauna, steam room, dressing room, showers, whatever it is. So you can basically run from the lawn where you do the cold bath.
Get a hot shower.
Grab a hot shower, change your clothes. There's lockers and stuff.
Is it full submersion in a cold bath?
In a cold bath,
can I go up to here?
Yeah, that's what I think. Different people talk about there are methods to doing it, and I think sometimes you're supposed to go in and then take your head out and sit there, basically. But I've also seen people do it where they just jump in, but they don't fully submerge and they sit there. And so, I mean, that's what they're going to talk about is sort of how you utilize them, how you how long, what ways, why, and then I think some of it's based on your body. I know they were saying that some people who think they would be not able to do it can be in there the longest, and people who think, oh, no problem for me, have a problem when they get in there. And so, I mean, I think it's one of those things where you just have to experience it and see, but there's, so many things around it that people say is so beneficial. Some of these things too are sort of simplistic. You could make your own cold bath if you wanted to.
Natasha and I have talked about that. We're we'll just put a bunch of ice cubes in our bathtub and fill it with cold water.
We go in our pool, which is
totally.
40 degrees now,
it's true.
So, and that's what I like about some of this stuff, frankly, is that some things you can just do, right? There are things that yes, you could buy the thing and you could have all the stuff, but you could also figure out hey, this is an opportunity to test things, see what resonates with you, and some of it you could really do on your own.
Yeah, Natasha does cold plunges in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean,
like
that's
this time of year, which I think is, I'm like, I don't know that I would ever do that, but I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can find ways to implement a lot of these things.
Yeah. So what else is new this year that you are excited about bringing, because it's either trendy or it's something you've wanted to bring in, or you know people are looking forward to it? What are some of the newer?
So, I mean, I think new this year in general is like this more broad topic range where like we're really able to have women from all different ages and stages in their life to have different conversations but talk to each other. I think like we don't get educated on things a lot of times in our lives until after they happen. So like that's true of menopause, and we're talking about that this year. That's true of like when you're a young kid, it's like you hit a stage, or you're pregnant or whatever it is, and then you're like, oh, I should like learn something about this.
And you're like playing catch up.
Right, and then you're always playing catch up. And so, you know, I think a lot of it is when you bring all of these people together, having these conversations and sort of being educated in a more holistic way about stuff, and just having those thoughts start going through your head, and having resources like you and I have talked about a lot before that like now you know about, so when you get to those places there, you feel like you sort of have this like pocketbook of resources where you're like, oh, I'm gonna call this person, or I'm gonna look this up, or I'm gonna you know, change my routine from this to that and try it. I mean, this year we're really doing, you know, not just the broad-based content, but then like you said, it's a huge full schedule, because we've tried to break it down more into tracks so that you can kind of like choose your own adventure and do the things that are meaningful to you. So there's like a full day of fitness programming, because we brought fitness in.
I know, it's amazing.
And like people were really interested. And so there's like every fitness thing you could possibly. So people can
come and basically just do fitness all day long.
They could come and do fitness all day long and sit in on one panel and one talk, or, you know, that's a choice, right?
I love that you've got intro to pickleball. You're very on trend.
So there's an example of a trendy thing now. We have pickleball. We have.
What is Legree? I've never heard of
it's not Pilates, is what they say, but it'll make you think of Pilates. So it's a
what? Legree is right down the street. Ooh,
they have like a microformer basically. So, but it's more of that type of workout. Yeah, I mean, we have strength workouts, we have core workouts, we have dance workouts, boxing workouts.
You have like literally
yoga,
everything.
I mean, pretty every type of workout you could imagine. And then we have like sound baths, movements, meditations, breathe work. And we have like 3 different types of sound baths, because now they're different sound baths. Like we have a hypnosis sound bath in the morning.
I saw that. I was like, this is because I was like, how do I even decide? Like, I've never done a sound bath before, right?
Yep.
So clearly I had never done an aura reading, so I just did that. So, but I definitely want to do an aura reading.
Yep.
So, and there's a florals bouquet bar.
Yeah, so this year that's something new too. We're bringing in Viola Florals, which is a really cool company. So they're a floral company, but they also found that arranging flowers and doing things with florals has a lot of mental health benefits. And as people sort of look at, you know, what types of hobbies or different things could they find that like give them a certain sense of like peace and time away and something to focus on. So they're doing workshops related to like how you can work with florals and how that makes you feel and different things related to that. And then they're also doing a bouquet bar where you can make your own, which is to go home with, and they're beautiful. They're doing our flowers for the event as well. And so that's something new that we haven't had before. We're bringing back some of the things like body work, facials, hypnosis, which was popular before.
What's going on in the Sage Lounge?
Sage is doing like, they always do a really pretty lounge where they're doing like hand massages, and you get to try their products, like another area where you can relax. We have like foot massages, neck massages. We have
unbelievable.
PT, chiropractor, acupuncture. I mean, all of those guys are there. We have Botox.
I know, I saw that.
I know. We're being truly honest about the fact that as holistic as we all like to be, most of us also get Botox. So there's that.
I did Botox for the first time last week.
Really?
Yeah, the first time last week.
First time, wow.
First time ever.
Good for you.
It was a total spur of the moment. I was at my dermatologist. I was like, I want to talk to you about Botox. She's like, oh, we could do it right now. I was like, no, I'm not ready. I just want to find out. She's like, well, this is what I would do, and it would be very light. And I was like, okay, do it.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's one of those things where you just have to kind of do it. I mean, it doesn't last anyway, so it'll go away.
Already, I'm like, I don't really know what I paid for.
I'm always like, how long is this going to take to work, and how long is it going to work for?
What?
Doing the cold plunge. I'm the baby.
Oh, look at that.
There's a cold plunge.
Oh my gosh.
So is that what it's going to be like? Like they're going to have something set up like that?
Yeah, they have like the tubs. You like literally climb into these tubs. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
And like
that's
yeah, it's intense.
It looks intense.
You have to really, but I mean, I don't know. It's like, you think about all this stuff that's going on, and it's like, well,
I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I think so.
What if you could just jump in a cold bath and that would like make you a lot healthier?
Well,
I mean, that's
what are
like
the
an
benefits
interesting
of it?
concept.
Totally.
You know, so it's like because and a lot of this will get talked about at the summit, right? Like what people talk about is sort of what Julie touched on, which is the fact that there's so many more toxins in our world.
Yeah.
So, and our bodies weren't set up for that, right? And so the load is heavy, and a lot of it relates then back to inflammation. And so a lot of every conversation that goes on, people are going to talk about your gut health, inflammation, right? Like that those things are the root of all like health, basically. And so then the thought process is, well, how do we get rid of toxins, right? How do we cleanse our bodies? How do we figure out how to do different things, and whether that be like an input or an output or different ways, right? And so what they say about cold baths, which is also they talk about, you're going to hear about all the infrared sauna stuff too. Yeah. You know,
I'm really interested in the infrared
which is like the same
stuff.
reason why they might tell you go to like hot yoga and like sweat out your toxins, right? Like that's like another thought around some of that. And then the cold bath is like the idea is that it brings down all this inflammation in your body. And so that those things are helpful. Like it's not going to help. Nothing in isolation is like, you know, it's all the same stuff we know. You have to sleep, you have to eat properly. You know, they're going to talk a lot about supplements, and I think they're right about the idea that like we used to believe we could just eat healthy, but none of us eat totally healthy. But also, you can't get enough of what you need anymore. So supplements do make a difference. But as you change, your body changes, and like even your supplements need to change. So it's like as soon as you feel like you have it figured out, which is a lot of what I've found, is that like, you know, I go to the summit and I'm like, oh, these are like good ideas, and like I should do this and I should do that. And then as soon as you feel like it's figured out, it stops working.
Right.
And
something else or something changes. And like you need to adjust.
Yeah. And so you kind of, you know, I think people that come every year too, and I know for me that's true, is like you want to learn new and different things, and you need to kind of like shock your body back into like action again, you know, when you sort of hit a plateau or when you feel like things aren't working, and identify what's changed and what you can do differently. And so, you know, that's a big piece of it too, is like we all can keep learning and finding things that work for us, and trying different things.
I love that. One of the things that I always say, and Eric and I were talking about it at the top of the show, is I strongly believe, and you and I have talked about this, that when we're educated, we make the best decisions for ourselves. And so what I love so much about this event, and really I kind of feel like the underlying strategy of everything that you do and work with all of your different brands and companies is about education, you know, and like how to be the best version of yourself as a woman, you know, in this day and age, dealing with whatever's going on in our environment and also within our own bodies. And I think that you've done such a superb job of kind of figuring out like who to gather to bring that information to the masses. So I would like to thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to. So now, I'm excited. So everybody loves free stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's why a lot of people, you know, go to events and like, you know, paying to go to things. So you have a very robust gifting program.
Yes.
Talk to me about your gifting program.
So one of the things is, as you noted, the schedule is very full.
It is very full.
And so there's a lot to do. And we do have 2 different marketplaces where you can go and meet brands and meet partners and learn about things and like try products from them directly or learn about services. But a lot of people can't be on site, and we can't have everybody on site, obviously. So a lot of people send products for you to take home and try. We do it a new way now through Hey Milestone. We do these pop-up gifting stations. So you're going to get to make your own box at the event. So
this is new.
So this is new. But so instead of us making it for you and giving you stuff you maybe don't want, you're going to go through this whole area.
I love
and you're going to get to learn about each product and then choose the ones you want for your box that make sense for you. So like, we're not going to give you a baby bottle if you don't need a baby bottle, but if you do want a baby bottle because you have a baby, then like we have these really cool new bottles that you can try.
This is such a great concept, because I can't tell you how many times I come home from something with a gift box that I'm like 60% of this is irrelevant.
And it's
for
a
my
waste
life.
for you, and it's a waste for the
company.
brands, you know.
Absolutely.
And I think this is also an interesting way for them to understand, even if they can't be there, like who was interested in their product, what did people say about it. You know, we can provide feedback in a way that we can't if we just like shove a gift bag with stuff. And we're getting your feedback as you're going through it, and it's fun. You know, people like it. It's like shopping, but it's free.
But it's free, right?
So it's like, what's better than free shopping? What is not to like? There's like nothing not to like about that.
So tell me what are some of the
I'm
things?
just full disclaimer, I don't have everything. We're still waiting on everything.
Yes, but
so
we're still a week out from the event.
Yeah,
so
and like a lot of it gets delivered and whatever. But so I just brought a few things.
I'm excited. Come on, let's see.
So and things are kind of, it's all over the board stuff. So one thing that I'm excited about is we have this new company called Bio First. They're actually an Australian company. I love Australia companies.
Yeah, they're so clean and
I love everything about Australia, frankly.
Have you been there?
Yes, and
when did you go?
I lived there.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like do a study abroad there?
I studied abroad there.
Where?
Well, I went to Bond Uni. Which is in Surfer's Paradise.
I was going to say near Bondi Beach.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad thing. But I spent a good amount of time in Sydney and I traveled all over and awesome. It was awesome.
Okay, so Bio First.
Anyways, so they're actually going to be there though. And so instead of us even doing it, they are going to show you their full line of products. So they have these different,
bit so that the camera can
different natural remedies. Some are for kids and some are for adults.
What kinds of remedies are we talking about?
So some of their stuff is manuka driven.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
Manuka honey is amazing.
And so they have like a soother. Yeah. So they have, it's like a wide variety, which is why they're going to come and like talk to you about each thing, and then you're going to pick the ones that make sense for you. And
I love these. Oh my God, this is so fabulous.
And so like this is a lip cream, then there are, and some of these are kids. I know
this is a lip sore cream. This is amazing.
And then for, pure, and everything is like,
this is incredible.
And then they have these that are the kids version. It's funny because even my baby like realizes these are for him. He keeps coming to the box and he's like, these are for me.
That's so funny. Good marketing.
It's good marketing.
Good marketing.
It has like the rainbow and the kids and stuff, and I'm like, well, don't touch, please, but maybe later. So
I love that.
Okay, so that's like one thing that you'll like learn more about and get to do. Further, we'll go down the kid path for a minute.
I love this.
We have Child Life, which I know you love.
My favorite company of all time. Do you want to know something? I gave First Defense to my kids every day of their life for the first 8 years of their life, and they were never sick.
Really?
And I swear by this. And I swear by First Defense. I think, like, I tell every new parent that they have to incorporate this into their kids' routine, especially during cold and flu season.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong, but
you feel it worked for you.
It worked for my kids.
You can make their next commercial.
Yeah. Maybe they want to sponsor us.
We'll sign you up.
But I genuinely, like,
I use their D3. I like always start with that with the baby
younger,
and stuff.
They only had like 2 or 3 things in their product line, and First Defense was like one of them. Yeah. But I swear by this stuff. In fact, every morning I would put a teaspoon of this in my kids' oatmeal. Every morning they would eat the entire oatmeal and they would get this. And there were a couple times where I didn't put it in, they were like, something tastes different.
Oh my God. Yeah. Your kids, I think, are like maybe a little bit better than the average kids. You also have girls.
No, they're not. I have girls. Well, but they ate oatmeal. They didn't know I was putting it in there.
My kids wouldn't eat oatmeal. They're like, oatmeal? Huh.
Oh, my kids eat oatmeal. My kids literally every day of their life. And they're such creatures of habit. That was all I would try to make them like eggs or something.
I mean, that whole conversation about, just put it in their smoothies. And I'm like, okay. I mean, my kids don't really eat in general. Like, eating is
that is not true.
They're the worst. How many meals a day does one person need to prepare? To watch someone eat like
it's about
2 little bites and then like throw it on the floor.
It's about nutrition over the course of a week. That's what I always say.
I mean, there maybe is no worse job than making food for children.
It's hard.
It is
really
like
hard. I agree with you.
Tops my list of like things I can't stand.
It is very challenging.
It is just.
Yeah. Okay.
And I hate to waste food, and you waste so much food with your kids. It's like it drives me just absolutely nuts.
Anyways, see? Oatmeal.
All right, so yes, speaking of this, I brought this one for you.
Woo! Oatmeal!
If your kids will eat oatmeal.
My kids kids would totally eat this.
It's a new brand, Oats and Coats. They're actually going to be there on site, but they have these like cool characters, and it's fun.
This is fun.
Yeah.
You know what this is also awesome for parents who are traveling, because you can take this on a plane and you can ask the stewardess or the flight attendant, I should say, for some hot water. Throw it in here, and you've got a meal for your kids.
And I do like travel with that kind of stuff a lot, actually. So that's like a very good point. All right, let me think what else. I was trying to go on the kid path first. Okay, well, we're just gonna switch gears. We have more kid stuff too, but Ocho candy.
Oh,
so
I
we
love
have a
them.
sweet. I know.
I didn't know that you had them. They're awesome because their stuff actually tastes like the real, not like the non-healthy version.
I know.
And they're healthy.
I know. I got my father-in-law hooked. He like drinks a lot of Diet Coke. But he like he had them at our house one time, and now he sees them. He's like, "Can you give me some more of those?"
These are really good. These are so good, people. Okay, Ocho
so we're
bars.
excited about that. Yeah, they're back. We haven't seen them in a while, but they are back. Okay, we're doing this whole, I dropped something. Oh well, sexual health talk and menopause and all
I'm
of that.
excited to go
so
to
we have
it.
a couple new brands that are doing stuff in that space.
That's funny.
So yeah, this is pretty funny. This is Hello Again is one of them.
Okay. Oh, this is for sleep.
And so they have different things that they're bringing
Tracy,
to show. Yes.
This is a vaginal suppository.
I know.
Is that what we are reduced to now?
I mean,
because of our age, we're doing vaginal suppositories. Anything for our health.
All right. This goes along with what are you willing to try?
Totally.
It's part of that conversation.
But I'm all about it. Listen, I think that this is awesome. I love
and
it.
you notice that a lot of this stuff obviously has CBD too.
Totally,
which is there's a huge piece of like, that in everything.
Do you have any CBD on interest on any of your panels?
I don't so Hello Again is presenting the menopause hormones panel.
So then
and they're going to talk about CBD and like why that's in a lot of products these days.
Okay, good. I'm definitely going to that panel 100% for sure.
Well, and then we have like a separate talk that's like specifically about sex, basically. Yeah. That's with Foria and Dr. Tina Cooper-Smith, who does a lot in the fertility space, but who's unbelievable.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and they're going to talk about that too. And then so Foria also has products, which is a CBD.
Oh, I love this.
Product. So that's like a different.
I wonder if this smells good. Can I open it?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Why not?
Let's see. This is sex oil with CBD. What exactly does that mean?
She's gonna have to tell you. That's what we're there for.
Really good.
To learn.
What?
I said we're there to learn.
We're there to learn.
Gonna find out.
We're all about learning. All about education.
I cannot be an expert in all things, and I am not going to tell you that I know much about much. Okay. I know a lot about a lot of things, but I do not know a lot about specifically about these.
But you know what? It's so funny that you say that because I remember reading something that said that people who actually know a little about a lot of things go further in life because they're able to actually engage in conversations and talk to people and exactly. Yeah.
Your brain is also like what is happening? Why are there so many things in my head?
Yeah.
Okay, Good Pharma.
Yes.
This is a cool tea, basically.
Okay.
Well, not tea, actually coffee, sorry.
Coffee and mushroom
like a mushroom infused coffee.
Cognitive support. I love that. Interesting. Because it's got, it does say that it has caffeine in it. But it looks great. Okay.
Yeah, this is very cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this space with like the mushroom infusion and like thinking about different versions.
There's a whole special on Netflix right now all about fungi. Did you know that?
Really?
And about like the whole mushroom network that's like literally all over our planet and how we actually how our mitochondria connects to it and how that's how we're all connected essentially. It's really kind of fascinating. I started watching it last night.
We talk about like a deep dive into like a niche topic.
Right? You're like, why are we talking about mushrooms right now?
But there you go. You probably go out in the world and get your own mushrooms and like make stuff with them. I mean, who knows? But probably you could. Just make sure they're not like the poisonous
kind, right? No, I want the truffle kind.
You're gonna have to. I know. It's the best. Okay.
No, you're playing us off? Really? Already? Hold on. Is there anything else before we get played? What is this?
This is
Vega jelly.
Yeah.
Ooh, moisture. I'm all about this type of stuff. Is it Vega jelly or Vega jelly? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay,
but we're
what's
gonna
that?
find out
We're
there.
gonna find out. Yeah, what's that? While I'm putting some
These
other
are more supplements, so we're doing some other stuff in the supplement space. So
Yeah.
True Niagen's going to be there, and they have some
Okay.
interesting products, but we can talk to them there as well. And this
Okay.
is just like a few
sampling.
things. Yes,
Yeah.
we have a lot of other stuff, but
I love this.
I
It
brought you a
says
few
your
things.
body is made up of trillions of tiny cells. Today they awaken. True Niagen. Love that. Tracy, thank you. It's
Thanks for
always
having
fun
me.
having you here. I really appreciate you bringing guests from, Julie and Shaka.
yes.
From the, and what? And I can't wait to be on site with you
I
next
know,
week.
there'll
It's
be
going to be really fun.
you're gonna have a busy
and
day.
It's going to be very busy. We're going to be live and interviewing people and just hanging out. And thanks for allowing us to be there with you. And I'm so excited for you. This is such a fun event. I love it. I love it so much. I look forward to it personally and also professionally. So thank you.
Thank
Good luck.
you. Thank you.
And
Thanks for having
people,
us.
for anyone who wants to buy tickets to the event, look
yeah.
into that camera and tell us where we can do that.
Yes, SoCalWellnessEvent.com. Everything is there. The schedules, the speakers, the partners, the tickets, it's all there. Come early. It is going to be a busy day. And bring your bathing suit, right?
Yes, bring your bathing suit. SoCalWellnessEvent.com.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was such a fun day here on Life 2.0. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And whatever you do, wherever you go out and live your best life 2.0. It's so crazy, but I'm like all about, this is so bad, but I'm like a big packaging person.
I know.
Like when I see packaging that I like, it draws me in,
Yeah,
it like
no.
makes a difference.
It makes a big difference.